A very good evening, everybody. I am George, CEO of Captivate Technology Solutions. Today, I'm excited to showcase to you Threat Captain. I'm not going to go into too much detail. That is Threat Captain's job. If you want to know more about a live sort of demonstration, please do feel free to go to threatcaptain.com, where you can submit your information, and they'll be more than happy to go through a live demonstration with you. My purpose today is to showcase Threat Captain, speak a bit about the platform and how it's designed to help managed service providers like us deliver exceptional value to clients by bridging the gap between cybersecurity risks and an actionable business insights. As MSPs, we're constantly helping businesses address really two major pain points, and that's understanding the true impact of cybersecurity risks and prioritizing investments in a way that really align with your client's business goals. Um, Threat Captain simplifies this process, making cybersecurity relatable, measurable, and strategic. So I'm going to try and walk you through a real world scenario to show how we can use this platform to solve client challenges. So really, let's just imagine we're working with a mid-sized retail client. Like many businesses, they manage sensitive customer and employee data, but they don't want to have a dedicated in-house cybersecurity team. They're invested in some cybersecurity tools, but don't know if they're enough. Um, their leadership team is asking two critical questions: what would a breach cost us, and how bad could it really get? Where should we focus our budget to make the biggest impact? Here is how Threat Captain is really going to answer those questions for you. Um, Really, you'll then go into a breach cost simulation sort of point of view. So, first we start with the simulation itself. You go through, you input key information about the client, the estimated volume of sensitive data they manage, the potential data loss percentages, and what their emergency response fund is for handling these sorts of breaches. Now, Threat Captain then calculates the potential financial impacts of a breach, breaks it down into categories like business disruption, detection costs, reputational damage. For example, in this case, we see how downtime and lost revenue can contribute to that overall cost. This isn't just about scaring the client with numbers, it's about showing them exactly where the financial risks lie, creating a business case for improving their security. Then you would then move on to evaluating their existing security controls. For MSPs, there is where the platform really shines. So Threat Captain lets us assess key areas like identity and access management, endpoint detection and response, user awareness training, network intrusion prevention, and here we can see the controls are fully deployed. We are partially implement. Where the controls are fully deployed, where they are partially implemented, and where there are gaps. And based on this, Threat Captain will calculate the annual residual risk, essentially the financial risk that remains after accounting for their current security posture. Then gives you a better idea of what is to stake here. As an MSP, this insight helps us prioritize improvements. Instead of recommending a blanket solution, we can focus on the areas that really make the most impact for the client. And really, that's what's maximising their ROI on security investments. Now, one of the biggest challenges I've seen currently, and as what a lot of MSPs are currently getting, is getting leadership to buy in, right? And that's one of the biggest phases at any stage in your current client's sort of portfolio or a new prospect sort of buy-in portfolio. Is when it comes down to this point, you are getting leadership to buy in, and the business insights section of Threat Captain addresses this directly. It will ask you the right questions to engage decision makers, such as how much risk is your leadership team willing to tolerate? What's your confidence level in the current security setup? Where's the financial loss threshold that could cripple your business? Um, these questions are really going to shift the conversation from technical jargon to business priorities. This is a game changer because it helps us as the MSP position ourselves as strategic partners and not just IT vendors. When you then move on to the solution of sensitive data overview, you're in a situation there where you estimate the volume of data that's currently at risk. So, for example, we input how many employees, customers, and suppliers that the client has, along with their record retention policies. And this step ensures that the risk assessment is completely tailored to their business. And by understanding how much data they're handling, we can customize our security recommendations to focus on the areas that have got that highest exposure point. And this sort of leads me really nicely into where the policies and governance comes in, and you're building that compliance for your clients with threat caps in. It helps you align governance, which is critical for MSPs. When we work with regulated industries, using the platform's policy and documentation tools, we can track and manage things like incident response plans, data management policies, compliance requirements. For our retail client in this scenario, this might include ensuring that the GDPR or PCI DSS standards, having all this documentation in one place, saves time and ensures that they're prepared for audits or regulatory reviews. And then finally, we assess their incident response readiness, and this is where we evaluate how prepared the client is to handle a breach. Now, Threat Captain prompts us to look at things like disaster recovery plans, tabletop exercises, simulate attacks, and communicate protocols during an incident. Now, that's fairly straightforward MSP readiness that we're looking at right now. But for many clients, this is a wake up call. They often realise they have plans on paper but haven't practiced them. And as their MSP, we can use this insight to run simulations, ensure they're ready to respond effectively. So I think really bringing all of that together, how does all of this come together for an MSP like us? And Threat Captain really, really helps us clearly communicate the financial risks of a breach to our clients. It prioritises the security investments based on their specific needs, aligns the IT team with leadership by focusing on business outcomes, and then ensures compliance and readiness, making them resilient against threats. For Captivate, Threat Captain hasn't just been a platform. We've partnered with them to really deliver smarter, more strategic solutions to our clients. It strengthens our value proposition and positions us as trusted advisors in a world where cyber threats are constantly evolving on a day-to-day basis. So really, from a closing point for myself, if you are an MSP looking to take your cybersecurity offering to the next level, Threat Captain really is a tool that can transform how you can engage with your clients. I really want to say a massive thanks again to Adam, Brad, and Kathy and the rest of the Threat Captain team for letting me share this amazing sort of product with you guys today. And I can't wait to see how it continues to shape the future of cybersecurity for MSPs like us. Thank you very much for listening to me. I've been George from Captivate Technology Solutions. Goodbye.